Hello, class. Welcome to week 5 of e-learning. This week we will continue working in Google Sheets. We will be doing an energy drink comparison. Here is the overview. In health class, you are learning about nutrition. Your teacher has assigned you a partner, the task of comparing the nutritional information of several of the leading energy drinks on the market. You both decide that using a Google Sheet is an easy and effective way to work collaboratively on this project. Here's the deal. In this assignment, it's going to have you collaborate with another student. Because of the situation that we're in, I am not going to require you to work with another student. So where it says student A, student B, that is going to be you and yourself. Okay, so this assignment's going to be a little tricky because the whole purpose is to collaborate with someone else, which you're more than welcome to do if you want. But I'm not going to require it because things are different right now and it may be difficult for you to work with someone else. So just keep in mind when we're going throughout this lesson that you are both student A and student B. Some new skills you will learn in this is how to collaborate, how to insert a note, insert a row, format row height, align text vertically. This should be fairly simple, so let's just get started here. Instructions, number 1, in order to complete this lesson, you must be assigned a partner with whom you will collaborate. Again, that is you and yourself. You do not have to have a partner to collaborate with on this assignment. Okay, so we're just going to skip number 1. Number 3, let's skip to number 3. Student A, you, in My Sheets folder, create a new spreadsheet and name it Lesson 3.7. Okay, Lesson 3.7. Your name. Easy peasy. Okay, and number 4. Student A, you, share the spreadsheet with student B. Assign them permission to edit the spreadsheet and be able to include a note informing student B that you have shared a document with them. Okay, so how you would do this, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar because you have shared a lot of stuff with me and probably with a lot of your other teachers. But to share a document, you go to File, Share, and let's say I wanted to share this document with Mr. Baltz. I could type in Chris. There he is. Okay, so I'm sharing it with him right now, but I want him to be able to go in and edit this. So how I would do that is on this drop down, make sure that this Can Edit option is selected. If it was just Can View, that means he would only be able to view this document. He wouldn't be able to go in and directly edit it. So make sure that says Can Edit and then Send. I will not send it to him because he is not expecting this. So again, you don't have to do that part. If you want to, though, if there's a student that you have been hanging out with throughout this pandemic, you can collaborate with them, but otherwise we can just do this on our own. All right, so we're going to skip number 5 as well because I did not send that to Mr. Baltz. So number 6, collaborate. When more than one person is simultaneously editing a spreadsheet, a different color will be used to designate which cell has been selected by which person. A colored box will also appear at the top of the screen. You don't have to do this. But you guys know that when someone else is in a document that you have shared with them, you can see that they're editing up here in the corner, and a little box will come up unless they have like a picture that they've added to their Google profile. But most of the time it'll just be a color block. Mine is blue. If I was editing your spreadsheet right now, or if you shared your spreadsheet with me, my little blue box with the letter A would show up. Okay, number 7, insert a note. To insert a note informing your teacher who entered data into which column, click on a cell, then from the insert menu, select note. Okay, so I'm going to select A1. I'm going to go to insert, and then I'm going to go to note. Okay, and it's going to say on number 8, enter your name in a note in cells A1, B1, and C1. So again, I'm going to go to insert and note, Alexa. Okay, insert, note in B1, Alexa. When you are finished typing a note, you can just click out somewhere in your spreadsheet. And then in C1 as well, we're going to insert, note, your name. Voila. Okay, and then on number 9, it's going to have you enter your name in cells D1, E1, and F1. Instead of, we are going to do this, but put your last name in cells D1. So insert a note, and I'm going to put my last name. And E1. And if you wanted to, you could use the fill handle to enter this into cells E1 and F1. So now, using that fill handle, I have a note in all 3 of those cells. But of course, if you don't want to use the fill handle, you can just go to insert, note, and there it is. Okay. Number 10, student A, enter the data in columns A, B, and C only. See 3.7, figure A, use wrap text in column A. Okay, so let's check out this figure. Probably going to be at the end. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to enter all the data into our spreadsheet exactly as it's seen here in 3.7, figure A. All right, so remember we're just entering in for now what is in columns A, B, and C. So again, we need to text wrap column A, and how we do that is we're going to go up here in our toolbar. Because my screen isn't big, I have to click on those 3 dots there. Go to the text wrap option and select the middle option, which is to wrap your text so that all of it is shown. Okay. All right, so let's go back up. I think I know what's coming next, but let's see. Yes, and it's going to have the second student, which is you, or if you are working with another student, we're going to enter the data in columns D, E, and F. So going back down to 3.7, figure A. And now we're going to focus on entering all of this exactly as it's shown in this figure. All right, now that I have all of my data entered in exactly how it's shown in this figure, we're going to move on. So number 12, insert a row. A lot of you already know how to do this, but a little refresher. To add a row to your spreadsheet, select row, click the row number, then from the insert menu, select row below. Okay, so where does it want us to insert some rows? It says we want to insert a row right below row 5. So make sure you click on row 5, select the entire row, go to insert, and then row below. Okay, and then it's going to have us enter the data that is seen in that image, monster 127 and 92. Okay, there's our new row. So C is going to have us insert a row below 10, and I'll show you a quicker way to do this. So select row 10, right click on number 10 on the row 10, and insert one below. That's a quick and easy way to do that. You're welcome to do it either way, whichever works for you. That is how I normally do it, but full throttle. So I'm entering in the data shown in the figure in our instructions, 2.5 and 210. Okay, perfect. We have 2 new rows. So now what I'm going to do is, what happened here? Okay, so Number 13 wants us to center align columns B and C, and you should know how to do this already, but don't do what I just did. You want to select B and C, and you don't want to hold on to column B, otherwise it's going to switch C and B, the contents in both columns. So what you want to do, and you can select column B and then hold down the control key on your keyboard and select C so that both are selected at the same time. Otherwise, you can quickly select B and C, but make sure you're not holding on to column B, because otherwise it will switch the contents in column B with column C, as you just saw. Okay, so once you have B and C selected, click on those three dots over there. Everything is automatically left aligned in Google Sheets, and we want it to be center aligned, so let's click on center. Perfect. Now we want to center align. Number 14 wants us to center align columns D through F. So again, select columns D, E, and F. And then up here in our toolbar, we are going to select center aligned. Easy breezy. 15. Bold cells A1 through F1 and change the fill color to light yellow 3. So make sure we have cells A1 through F1 selected. We're going to bold. I'm going to get rid of these options here so you can see. And if you have one of your notes popping up like this one, just make sure you click out here in somewhere in your spreadsheet, especially if you want to be able to see if you just boldened all the contents in cells A1 through F1. Okay, so I'm going to select all of this again because we need to change the background or the fill color to light yellow 3. And that is probably going to be this one. Okay. So now that we have that finished, let's do 16. Add borders to cells A1 through F14. So A1, we have to select all of the contents in our spreadsheet right now. And we want to put borders around all of our cells. As you can see in this picture right here, all of the cells have borders around them. So what we need to do is we need to get out of this. I'm going to make my screen bigger so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing here. Here is our borders option. If you just click that and then click all borders, now every single cell with contents in them should have a border around all sides. Okay. 17, format column C as currency. So select column C and click the dollar sign is the fastest, easiest way to do this. Now you can see that we have dollar signs in our column C. Number 18. So with number 18, we are going to resize row to a specific number of pixels, and we're going to do the following. We need to select rows 2 through 7, right-click, and then select resize rows 2 through 7. Okay, so let's select rows 2 through 7. Right-click anywhere inside rows 2 through 7, and then we're going to go to resize rows 2 through 7. Let's see how it wants us to do this. In B, it says in the resize rows dialog box, enter 50 for your new row height. And then click OK. Okay, so now all of the rows 2 through 7 should look like my screen. Okay, so C, select rows 8 through 14. Basically just doing the same thing. So right click, resize rows 8 through 14, 50, boom. Okay. So your screen should look like mine. Alrighty, number 19, align text vertically. To vertically align to the middle of a range of cells, select the cells, then from the Format menu, select Line, then select Middle. Okay, so number 20, it says change the vertical cell alignment of cells A2 through F7 to middle. A2 through F7. Okay, we're going to go to Format. We're going to go to Align, and Google Sheets defaults your alignment to bottom, and we want middle, so we're going to select middle. Looking good. All right, so then this next part is going to have you vertically align A8 through F14. Format, align, middle. Okay, your screen should look just like mine. 22, this is when we proofread and make sure we don't have any mistakes. You can print preview, but you don't have to print this. And make sure that all of your numbers and information in your spreadsheet looks like this. Okay, and then submit into Classroom. Hopefully you didn't struggle too bad with this one. Relatively easy. Just make sure that you get this to me by Friday the 17th. This should be more than enough time for you to finish this and get any missing work in that you have not turned in so far in this class. Have a great week.